You are smaller than I expected.
Earth sends its weakest to negotiate with its conqueror.
I'm not here to negotiate.
They told her one job: sign the treaty, smile for the cameras, come home. They didn't tell her that 7 Kryvan soldiers had been missing for 3 years, presumed dead, written off in a footnote nobody bothered to read. She read it anyway. The negotiation chamber on Threshold Station smelled like ozone and old fear. Ambassador Elena Voss sat alone at a long obsidian table, human-sized chair swallowed by the room's scale. Built for Kryvan frames, 3 meters tall, plated in chitin the color of dried blood. Across from her sat High Marshal Thren, the being who had ended the last war by burning 11 human colonies to glass. "You are smaller than I expected," Thren said, voice like gravel dragged through water. "Earth sends its weakest to negotiate with its conqueror." Elena didn't flinch. She opened a single folder and slid it across the table. "I'm not here to negotiate the treaty, Marshal. I already read it. It's fine. I'm here about a different document." Thren's mandibles clicked, the Kryvan equivalent of a raised eyebrow. "There is no other document." "There is now." Elena tapped the folder. 7 names. Your soldiers. Reported killed in action during the Vesic Front campaign 3 years, 4 months ago. Except your own logistics records, which your empire so generously handed over as part of treaty transparency. Show their biosignatures pinging from a debris field 2 systems away. Faint, but alive. Silence swallowed the room. Thren stood so fast the chair screeched against the floor. 2 guards moved toward Elena. She didn't move. "This is a trick," Thren snarled. "A human trick to stall the treaty." "It's not a trick. It's math." Elena's voice stayed level, almost gentle. "Your empire declared them dead because rescue wasn't cost-effective. Because the war was ending and nobody wanted to spend resources on 7 soldiers in a system nobody controls anymore." She stood too now, small against the towering guards, and for the first time, something in her voice sharpened. "I've seen what happens to species who leave their people behind, Marshal. I grew up in a country that does the opposite. We have a saying, leave no one behind. It's not a policy, it's a promise. They are Kryvan, not yours to save." "No," Elena agreed, "but they're someone's. And right now, nobody's coming for them but me." Thren laughed, a horrible grinding sound. "You intend to mount a rescue? Alone? Through contested space? Past drift mines? Past a debris field that has killed 6 salvage crews?" "No," Elena said. "We are going to mount a rescue. Today. Together. And you're going to authorize Kryvan military transport to accompany my ship. Because if word gets out that the Kryvan Empire abandoned 7 of its own to sign a treaty faster." She let the sentence hang. "That's not a story that helps either of us at the negotiating table tomorrow." Thren's eyes, 6 of them, black and depthless, studied her for a long moment. "You would use their lives as leverage. I would use the truth as leverage. Your people deserve better than a footnote. So do mine. That's what peace actually costs, Marshal. Not signatures. Doing the hard thing when it's inconvenient." What followed wasn't glamorous. It was cold vacuum, screaming alarms, and a debris field that ate 2 drone probes before Elena found the signal source. An escape pod, hull cracked, life support running on fumes. 7 Kryvan soldiers, starved, frostbitten, barely conscious, had survived 3 years by rationing emergency stores meant for 6 months and recycling water through a system held together with scavenged human tech. Tech from a human wreck nearby, the same battle that had killed them. They'd survived on human engineering. Nobody had told them that was the enemy's doing. When Elena's team pulled the last soldier out, he grabbed her wrist with what strength he had left and rasped one word in broken standard. "Why?" Elena crouched beside him. "Because someone should have come sooner. I'm sorry it took this long." Back on Threshold Station, Thren watched the medical footage in silence. 7 soldiers, alive, being carried onto Kryvan medical transport under human escort. He turned to Elena, and for the first time, his voice held no threat in it. "Why does this matter to you? They are not your people." Elena looked at him for a long moment. "Because peace isn't a piece of paper, Marshal. It's what you do for the people the paperwork forgot. If I sign that treaty and step over 7 dying soldiers to do it, I haven't made peace. I've just made a deal. She picked up her pen. Now we can talk about peace. The treaty was signed an hour later. Historians would later call it the fastest ratification in Kryvan human relations, not because of the terms, but because of what happened before the signatures. The Kryvan Empire didn't just gain a peace treaty that day. They learned what humans meant when they said the words, "We don't leave anyone behind. Not even someone else's soldiers." Subscribe for more HFY stories where humanity doesn't just survive the galaxy. It redefines what the galaxy thought was possible.